If humans lived to be 500 years old, what hobbies would you get around to getting good at? Bonsai. Any and every trade-based job, so therefore I don't have to spend a poop ton of money in order to maintain my home, vehicle, and just be able to rely on my own knowledge on being able to fix things, to be honest. The ultimate handyman edit. Thank you for making this my all-time high karma. I appreciate the support. Also, I know you can do a majority of things today, and I know trades require tools. I also know there is more efficient ways of doing things, but it was just my idea. Loved everyone's responses though. Learning languages and just expanding general knowledge. If the past 2 months have taught me anything, nothing. We'd get really good at practicing safe hanky-panky for the sole sake of avoiding reproduction. As a matter of fact, there'd probably be a global restriction put in place only allowing people to reproduce once a century. All I hear is someone saying, "John passed at the age of 110, and someone replying, "He was so young." This might be one of the few serious answers, but cooking, even if some don't consider it a hobby, I would learn recipes from all around the world, so when someone is in the mood for something, I can make the best possible version of that thing. Gardening would be very fun. It wouldn't be intimidating to start growing trees. We would act like 20-year-olds until we were 450 and then shove every last bit of life in the last little bit. So not much different emo. Do we physically age the same? Or is it spread out over time? I don't know, to be honest. But dating would be really weird. Met this gal last weekend. She's 412 years old. Oh dude, that's just wrong. You're only 112. How can you be with a chick that's 300 years older than you? Folding a fitted sheet. I'm already good at nothing but 500 years and I can perfect it. Lately I've been working on memorizing every country's name and location on the globe. If I had 500 years, I could try to memorize every city. By 100 virtuoso guitar, by 200 piano maestro, by 300 drums baby, by 400 ace of base, by 500 harmonica bluesmaster edit. Some futurists believe that the first person to live to the age of 150 is already alive right now, and the first person who will live to be 1,000 years old will be born by 2040. Interesting side note. Now let the redditing continue. IDK, but my Minecraft base finna be lit. Not much would change, probably. If a 500-year lifespan was normal for humans, like a 70-ish year lifespan is normal for us, then our lives would just be spread out longer. In a world like that, school would last for like 30 years. You work for centuries, etc. Probably my taxes. Question: does this affect our reproduction? If so, how, and if not, then overpopulation would be rampant, thus driving our push for interstellar travel and colonization of habitable planets. If the latter, I'd put forth an effort to study geology, engineering, physics and medicine. I'd be an explorer. I'd search whole planets and build a life for those looking to leave an overpopulated Earth. If the former, I'd invest my life in childcare and education so that I could help raise my kids, grandchildren and great-grandchildren, as well as to teach them so that they themselves can be positive influence on the world and the people who they meet. Would still procrastinate probably. Tortoising. Having a tortoise as a pet and outlive it. Learn every language, like, even those endangered languages with 2 native speakers. Cooking. There's no point in being 500 and not knowing how to make a good meal. Maybe opening and running a vineyard. If I have 500 years, I'm sure I could make that happen before I go, and the only thing I know about it is that wine is good. Modding games. Because why not? Drawing. I find it so frustrating that I was never taught the fundamental basics of rendering 3D shapes on a 2D surface. The nitty-gritty of anatomy, rendering light and shadow correctly, and just overall becoming a badass artist. It's hard not to be bitter considering I found myself graduated from college woefully underskilled for the art jobs I wanted. I find myself 5 years out of college a lot better at art than I had been when I graduated college, but not good enough to get into the industry yet. I hope I get good enough to get a job soon. God, I spend way too much time thinking about this topic. Cooking, music, architecture, medicine, teaching, writing, but most of all, conversing. Connecting with people through conversation is one of the most meaningful things a person can do, and I want to get better at it. There's not nearly enough time to cram all of this into a lifetime. Skeptical smiley face. I'd be able to shoot my age in golf. I wouldn't necessarily change what I'm doing, but I'd put a lot more time into mastering everything I can. Asterisk carpentry, asterisk electrical engineering, asterisk programming, asterisk electrician, asterisk mobile electronics, asterisk plumbing, etc. So I'd have a much greater understand of electrical engineering. I'd put more work into carpentry and probably spend time working on construction to gain experience. I get free college through work, so I'd probably obtain multiple master's degrees. Asterisk Bachelors of Science in IT, asterisk Masters of Business Administration, asterisk Bachelors of Science in Electrical Engineering, asterisk Masters of Electrical Engineering. I'd take all my knowledge, skills, talents, and dump them into trying to invent new things. Asterisk a better AC heating system, probably running on some kind of evaporative cooling process with liquid desiccants. Asterisk I'd work on better uses for solar and better ways to store solar power. Basically, I'd spend a lot more time tinkering in the garage and experimenting with things, hopefully coming up with solutions to major technological problems. My house would be paid off when I'm still a teen, aging wise, so I'd eventually have a lot of freedom to spend a lot of time on these kinds of problems.